For 48 hours, Ford Performance sent me out to Salt Lake and Park City, Utah. But why was I somewhere so beautiful for a car company? I was actually out there to drive the new Ford Edge ST, but I also had another treat in store. I had the ultimate privilege to explore and tour the offices of Gymkhana King, Ken Block. All right, so one of the most special treats here in Park City is the very hidden but very amazing Hoonigan Racing Division. So this is where they build the cars for Hoonigan and the rally teams and stuff like that. It is one of the coolest places you'll ever get invited to. So thanks, Trent, I appreciate you. Wait, let me show you around a little bit. I was actually here 2 years ago for the Octane Academy and the GT350 Academy, but now we're here back again. It's like so quiet and peaceful in here. Basically everything in here, all the offices, all the rooms are all shipping containers. So super minimalist. That's Ken Block's office up there. No big deal. Now I feel like it just broke into the place. Like everybody, I know. I know. Tweet at Ken, hey, I'm creeping on your office. Also, huge shout out to Jordan, who also got me the gig to ride with Ken Block 3 years ago. So that's pretty amazing. Every monster available you ever wanted. Coolest kitchen ever. A lot of people get it confused because they'll think that the Hoonigan headquarters in LA is the only place, but this is the main one at Park City where Ken Block works and does all of that business kind of stuff. And the one in LA is more for the Hoonigan YouTube channel and daily transmission and Hurt, love you Hurt, all those guys. But as you got freaking ping pong table, you got everything you ever need. I love that the bathrooms have helmets on them. That's super cool.
So I'll just start with basically this front area here, designed in 2011 and finished build in 2012. You have the home of Hoonigan Racing Division, where basically we build and maintain all of our race cars, and then from there we also do all of our marketing. Any photo, video, idea for the racing division side of things is all done out of this house. We have 3 divisions of our company here. You are standing in the racing division. We also have Hoonigan Industries, which is basically the name behind all your t-shirts or clothing, everything like that. And we also have Media Machine, so basically anything that is now popular on YouTube or building a video online or something like that is all those 2 divisions. Media Machine and Industries are in the Long Beach offices, so we have probably 30 employees down there. We only have about 7 or 8 full-time here. So behind you guys is various rims and tires from different events. The top one would be Gymkhana 3. That is a Pirelli tire. We no longer use those. The bottom 2, the middle and the bottom one, are Rally in the 100 Acre Woods. Our very first event win as Hoonigan Racing Division, or formerly Monster World Rally Team. The very bottom one would be Gymkhana 4. Both of those cars are a Ford Fiesta, and they're the same car known as HFHV, Hybrid Function Hoon Vehicle. Top one being Gym 3, the only 5-door Fiesta we've ever built, and the bottom one being HFHV. Both live together in the Peterson Automotive Museum in Southern California. So pretty neat walking around historical Ferraris, and then you turn a corner and there's our Ford Fiestas. So
San Francisco Gymkhana, yeah, pretty rad. One of my favorites for sure.
All these people taking pictures of it, and the only thing that was in my mind is like, I swung a sledgehammer and straightened it like 6 months ago, and these people are taking a picture of it in a museum. So
did you get to go in the vault?
Yeah, I did.
It's cool, isn't it?
Yeah, pretty neat. Although they only do like half of the basement.
Yeah.
And they walk you by an area where there's like an additional 100 cars that you can walk through.
Did you see like Suki's S2000 and stuff? I was there 2 months ago. It was awesome.
Strana up on his bike there. I always like to point out, Travis showed up. He was with us for less than probably 20 minutes. And it was the first time he was on a bike since breaking his ankle, I think, during an X Games event. Literally out of the airport, straight to the shoot, on a bike, got dressed, 20 minutes we did that, back on the rental car, back to the airport, gone. So that was...
What a hero, man.
This picture, as the picture was taken, you have the Hollywood sign behind you. So this is him standing in front looking down over LA and all of Orange County. Again, much like the Bay Bridge and Gymkhana 5, I do believe we were the only people to ever close and film at the Hollywood sign. So the Hollywood sign is actually owned by the US government. There's all kinds of cameras and sensors and everything all over it. So we're able to actually close it, get up there and film at it. So that's a bit of point of pride to know that we have two very significant locations that instead of using a green screen or a backdrop or something, we were actually able to film at those locations.
I'm sure people don't appreciate this much. How long is a average, would you say, Gymkhana film day? It's multiple days, right?
Oh yeah, multiple days, because you say San Francisco here, you can't film in the afternoon in the middle of the city because you're going to destroy traffic.
Right.
So they're basically like, you're on set at 3:30 in the morning, 4 o'clock in the morning. Everything is ready to go, hit play on the cameras right when they tell you. So you're there hours ahead of time. So call times are normally 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning, I would say on average. And then you finish the day probably 6, 7 p.m. or so.
Long day.
You don't really film as the sun's going down. The light just gets too crazy.
It's golden hour and all that stuff.
As weeks go in terms of how long they take to film, Gymkhana 5 I think was 5 days to be there. Most things are in the 4 to 5 day range just because you can't film the whole city at one time. Everything tends to be morning when you film it.
And film permits and all that junk.
That.
Yeah.
So it's actually quite nice. San Francisco and LA both have film departments, so to go there and film, you just have, like they have the water commission or any sort of department like that. They also have film departments, so you just apply to the film department to be able to go and film.
And pray they accept your invitation.
Yeah, exactly that. Help yourself to Monster. You are more than welcome to take as much as you want. That's why they are there.
You just see somebody slowly straying that way.
It was built as a gravel rally car, and then eventually he said he wanted to make it into a Gymkhana rally car.
I'm assuming there's like a technique.
Right leg, ass, body, left leg. Sweet finger your lips.
You fall in.
There you go, David.
Very much.
I love the Wilwood pedal setup and everything.
I took a bunch of these.
It's cool because it's like super old school, and then you look down, you're like, oh, there's all this new modern tech and
Very much so.
standalone ECU and
The kind of
stuff
thing
like
with
that.
these cars nowadays is
Whatever
they're
we're
built in
filming,
the
right?
70s but rebuilt in the 2000s into what you have now. So I've driven everything. I'm only one of 2 people that have ever driven everything.
Do you have a favorite?
I've never driven everything in aggression. Put them all in and out of trailers and driven around the building. But personally, I think Hoonigan might be my favorite.
Oh yeah.
Hoonigan drives it.
Thank you.
Yeah, I think it's the only one we've got that doesn't come off.
Oh my gosh. I just love how simple it is.
These are the Ford engines I wish we could still have.
Right. Millington Diamond Series 2 engine, a 2.5 liter engine that sings all the way to about 9,000 RPM. So its soft cut is about 8,700, then hard cut is 9,000. So countertops and the backsplashes are all old skateboard decks. So you can actually, if you have a minute, you can stand here and pick out basically which skateboard deck might actually go together. So, and on the backsplash, you can actually feel the skateboard decks, the stickers and all the scratches and everything like that. So pretty neat to see. Here was basically the brainchild of Ken Block himself. He basically sat down with a designer and said, I want it to look like this, I want it to be that, and I want these colors. So Ken's really good when it comes to things like that. It kind of shows through his liveries. He's always helped design them all, but on the same mindset, he also did all the interior design and everything in this. He just had someone draw it up for him. So pretty neat. The idea is eventually someday we'll basically pluck these containers like big Legos and move them to a building that we actually own. So they're pretty neat. I mean, these gray pieces between them, you just have to build new ones for how you want to lay the containers, but aside from that, you can just twist and move the containers in any way that you want.
It's like a literal mobile office.
Yeah, basically.
In a way, yeah.
Some of them are all single containers, but then these ones right here, you see the conference room is really deep. That's 2 containers with the sides cut out welded together. We would like to think we would have had a gold, but we ran 9 of 10 laps on this rim with the tire folded in like this. So you tend to do well. We lost to an 8-time world champion, and we had Liam Durham, another monster athlete, on our back. So pretty successful event, I would say it was, considering the conditions that we raced it in.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So the obvious art on the wall being from Gymkhana with Hoonigan V2. So that would be the Evo corner in the background there, where famously the Mitsubishi Evo rolled off a dozen times. they walked away, but I filmed that section one time, and then the second time they were like, can you drag it through the dirt a little bit? So that's the result of that. So I do believe the Gymkhana files coming out in November will feature a whole part about this corner, this section.
Just that one corner.
Yeah. So, and if you're really keen with the eye, you see Will Rogie here with the camera on the inside getting the shots.
I never noticed it. That's awesome.
Yeah.
That guy's a hero too.
Yeah, he's a good dude. Then you have further up, this is one of the last hairpins before you get to the start-finish line. I wish Hoonigan was here right now, but it's not. But one of these sections you can actually see one of the takes. He was so close to the barrier, he actually rubbed the bumper on the barrier and actually ground a little bit of the bumper away. It's pretty neat to see that little notch in the bumper.
That's cool too.
Yeah,
Pikes, yeah.
Pikes Peak National Forest. We did not steal that. It was
I was about to say,
gift
yeah.
given to us. So that's pretty rad. Various bits of art from Dave from Desperate Customs. We have a Fiesta WR or a Focus RSRX hood, and then there's pit like signage over there. There's a gas tank, an Xbox.
Is this the Hoonigan's old hood scoop?
Yeah, so this is version 1's hood scoop, so you can actually see the individual throttle body openings in there.
Very cool.
So it's kind of just office center.
Yeah, hanging around, yeah.
A turbo car. So point out, version 1 and version 2 are the same car, so that's a question we get fairly often. But various trophies from various events here, accomplishments from the World Rallycross Championship. Third place or second place, is it? I can't remember. From third place from Oregon Trail this year. Monster Energy Gymkhana Grid Trophy that is actually a glove you can wear. So you can put it on, that's pretty neat. There's another section of trophies I'll show you as well. They're always nice to point out because it proves not only can Ken drive a car, but he can also sit behind at the counter and make decisions that get him awards online. So he's really smart with not just cars, but marketing. So he kind of what helps build this place.
Yeah.
We did 3 events this year in ARX. We have a second, a third, and a sixth. So we had some car troubles in the last race. So,
man,
but not too bad. These first place trophies are Andreas Backerud's trophies. So he did a great job in winning some events for us with our Focus RS Rallycross cars. This is kind of the hangout, sit, and chill area that we don't really ever hang out, sit, and chill.
Yeah, right.
There's some boots up here from different events. Rally Defeat, an event win we had in the Fiesta HFHV. I think these are 100 Acre Wood. Yep, they are. So those are the shoes he was wearing during our first ever rally win with
That's cool.
With
it's almost like a timeline of all the different racing shoes.
Basically, so I think these ones might actually be from the WRC days. I don't know that they are listed though, but it's cool to see the different liveries come through in shoes. Gymkhana 8 Dubai. Hoonigan Racing, and you make us something, whether it's a bobblehead or a 3D printed thing, a baseball bat, or even a Pinewood Derby car, we'll put it up on the shelves here and display it. We actually to Alex and Ken from Alex Canaris. So our body shop guy is Chad Canaris, and his son built the Pinewood Derby car, and they used some of our old livery from bumpers that we destroyed to make that. So
this Escort is not the same one that was at SEMA, right?
Correct.
Okay. I was like thrown off for a second. Yeah.
We only got this in the early part of the summer, maybe late spring. This is Desperate Customs kind of street Cosworth project. We bought this literally off of Italian eBay and sent it to England. Actually sent it to Long Beach, where David did basically kind of a concept of what this year's livery would look like on a street car. So it is bone stock aside from a few things the previous owner put on it, but I don't honestly know what the future is of this car, but as for now, it kind of sits as the centerpiece of the conference room and the front of the office here.
It's a Type R.
Ron Type R.
Yeah, there's some ricer bits from the previous owner we have yet to alleviate from the car. I'm told in the history books that the original design of this was a 3-tier wing. 1, 2, 3.
It's like a triple deck wing, basically.
Triple deck wing, but Ford canned that and said no, just to 2 wings. So
what we don't know, their concept art, they had like 6 wings.
Different events. This is second place in the championship GRC. There's 2 Daytona trophies, various first place GRC trophies. There's basically a thank you award from New Zealand. They basically made this Kiwi As a thank you for
okay.
Ken going down in 2015 and doing 2 events down there. This is another X Games silver medal. That's from Germany in 2013. A Collins Crest Award, the biggest jump at WRC Sweden. These 2 here are probably Ken's favorite.
Really?
Just because they're one-show award trophies. They're basically your Grammy, your ESPY, your Emmy, your Oscar for marketing.
Oh,
Ken has
okay.
2 for Gymkhana 5. And the companies that he beat in those categories were skyscrapers full of marketing people from Nike, Coca-Cola,
Really?
any one of those companies, and his 5 guys around a conference room table took the highest acclaim award in these 2 categories, which are online films and videos and branded content online. So
That's pretty awesome.
yeah.
Brute force of just 5 guys, basically.
Yeah, exactly. Pong table, rarely used.
Yeah.
I wish we use it more than we have, but normally we put the best guy on that end of the table so the ball doesn't hit whatever car we have. It's 2005 or 2006. If one of Ken's cars had color, Marcus is the guy that designed it. So Despre Customs and Felipe Pantone have done some recent stuff for us, but they work very closely with Marcus. Marcus is also the guy that applies the livery to everything, so
Very cool.
he's super, super valuable to us. To point it apart, I will tell you exactly where it happened and how it happened. Shaft, everyone's #1 question. So that is a rear drive shaft on Hoonigan version 1. And when we filmed Gymkhana 7 in Los Angeles, we did a little part where it went around Randy's Donuts. He does 2 laps around there. As he exits out onto the street of Randy's Donuts, basically as he hopped off the curb, the wheels spun up so quick when it came back down, grabbed traction. It said the weakest part is about to get twisted here. So that being the weakest part, we actually have a picture of about 2 seconds before that happened.
Oh no.
I'll get to that, but
What about this one in the bottom right corner?
that is a test at Olympus Forest Rally. We went out, bumper was a little loose, and we kind of thought we were going to lose it.
Yeah.
Sure than shit, he lost it, dragging it underneath the car for a while. So these 3 parts here, this one here, the spoiler, and then the roof scoop, all come from the same accident in Barbados in 2014. He ended up on his roof in the final, spun backwards, and went into the wall at about 80 miles an hour. So thankfully that car lived to see another day. It is RX-43, the same car that you saw in Dubai and the GRC Championship. So this one down here, this rim is possibly the newest part on the wall. That is WRC Spain 2015. Ken ran probably 12 miles of a 20-mile stage on nothing but the rim and that tire. So this is technically Ken's office, but there's dust on the desk, and he sits in the conference room more than anything. He doesn't spend too much time up here. Different suits from different years. 2010 WRC suit, 2011 kind of WRC and everything else we did. 2012, we've got a lot more suits to put in the frames.
Yeah.
Kind of seeing the evolution of the different suits. The drip pattern, then the drip pattern with the inlay graphics in it. Yeah, the outdoor sitting area with our fireplace that sits on carpet and a chimney that doesn't go through the roof. So we like the outdoor sitting area, and the bear that features no name. It's very dusty, but he still sits here. A lot of people get their photo taken with him. Chainsaw from Taylor Morris, a close friend of the team, a quad amputee. He made that chainsaw for Ken one year as kind of a gift. So Taylor has a great spoof video online where he drives his Mazda with his prosthetics and everything and drifts it around the parking lot in the snow. So he's an awesome, awesome guy, really close to the team.
Sounds cool. All right, guys, this is Cara, by the way.
Hey!
The reason we were at Hoonigan Racing Division was actually because of the new Ford Edge ST. Ford Performance flew us out to drive the new Ford Edge ST, and the next video is gonna be my impressions of the car and if I think it's a worthy contender for the ST badge. But once again, huge thanks to Ford Performance for that amazing opportunity. I got to sit in freaking Ken Block's Escort, which was awesome. And on that note, I upload every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday, and I will see you guys next time. Goodbye. Hey, you want to feel like a car washing badass? Here, use this. Load foam cannon with 4 to 5 ounces, along with a little bit of clean water. Rinse car, spray epic, super thick sudsy foam onto car. Rinse off. If you want to support this channel while also cleaning your car with the best stuff around, make sure to head over to www.pattersoncarcare.com. Made by car dudes, for car dudes.